Hello everyone, it's Shalia. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you some easy ways you can start prepping for the Aladdin update. You're going to need star coins for all the new goodies you're going to want to buy from Scrooge's store. And since we will have a new star path, you'll want enough star coins to buy duplicates of all the items that you can earn. And don't forget, you do have to buy Aladdin and Jasmine's house as well. You'll also need lots of Dreamlight because this new update will have a new realm, of course the Aladdin realm, and you know those aren't cheap. And not only that, we'll probably get at least one more floating island that we'll have to purchase with that Dreamlight. And lastly, you'll need moonstones. So let's prep for this update together. We are going to start with star coins. This one is pretty easy to do when you've been playing the game for a while, but if you are a newer player, you may need some help with this one. And remember, I was a newbie just like you when I started, and I always tried to find the easiest way to do things, and because of that, I can now share those things with you. Now, because I've been playing since the game came out, and I have the Forgotten Lands unlocked, I almost solely plant and harvest pumpkins for my star coins. If you have the A Rift in Time expansion, make ancient gardeners. You can have up to 4 in each biome. These will cut your planting time down to barely nothing, and if you don't like harvesting your veggies, you can also just have the machine do that as well. Now, I don't actually recommend that. I have a full tutorial on how the ancient gardeners work, and I'll leave that link in the description if you're curious as to why I don't recommend you use the ancient gardener to harvest. These gardeners will also help you water your crops too, so you don't have to worry about forgetting, relying on rain, or using your stamina to water them. Now, if you don't have the Forgotten Lands unlocked yet, I recommend carrots. Plant a lot of them. This does take some time, but when you are new to Dreamlight Valley, it's totally worth it. Make sure you plant them in the rain if you can. That'll save a step. And don't forget to take a helper. Level 10 is preferred when you harvest. Now, carrots don't take a lot of time to grow, 15 minutes in the meadow. They are inexpensive and they only need one watering, so you could just take a couple hours in the week or, every couple days to plant, harvest, and sell. Now, I used to do it multiple times a day before I discovered pumpkins. It's definitely how I made star coins in the early days of playing and how I own just about everything in Scrooge's shop. Honestly, I haven't seen anything new since the storybook Vale and Sally was introduced to the valley. Now, you can also move all your fruit trees and bushes to an area and harvest them with a buddy all at once to earn star coins. I also have videos on both of these methods as well, and I'll put links to those in the description for you. With the trees and bushes, some fruits do take longer to grow than others, but you can still do this a couple times in one sitting if you need star coins quickly. There are also some recipes that you can make and sell, but since I'm not a big cooker in this game, I won't be going over any of that. A quick search on the internet will tell you which dishes are the best to eat or to sell. And my one last easy recommended way of getting star coins is to remove those night thorns daily. If you have a Rift in Time expansion, removing the Splinters of Fate can give you star coins, and if you have the storybook Vale, the Inkies will give you star coins as well. Honestly, there are many ways to get star coins, and for instance, memory pieces. They don't always give you memory. Just digging sometimes will give you star coins. Take a helper with you to double your earnings, although you generally only dig up about 1 or 2 star coins at a time. And basically, those are my favorite ways, my favorite easy ways to get star coins. Now let's talk about Dreamlight. Dreamlight is not as easy to get as star coins, but there are ways to stock up. The first way is to stock up on dream shards. Now, I want to put a warning out there before I tell you what we're going to do with these dream shards. If you are a new player, you will need dream shards to complete certain quests along the way. Unless you have hundreds or thousands of these things saved up, do not do this. All right, now that you've been warned, if you do have a stash of dream shards, and I promise you I'm going to go over those, how to find them in a little bit. But first, I want to show you how to turn those dream shards into Dreamlight. All you need to do is go to your crafting table and tab over to Potion and Enchantment. You should see Dreamlight as the first thing you can make. When you choose that option, you'll see that you can trade 10 dream shards for 250 Dreamlight. Now, at this point, if you have a bunch, and when I say a bunch, I mean at least 500 dream shards, you could make a couple hundred Dreamlight. Now, in this example, I have 776 dream shards. I did have a couple thousand, but well, I turned all of those into Dreamlight just to unlock the floating islands from the last update because I was so low on them. And I'm only willing to give up 70 of those because I really don't want my stash to go below 700. And you'll see shortly how long it takes to collect these. But even with 70 dream shards, I'm able to make 1750 Dreamlight. I know that's not enough to unlock a floating island or some new biomes or or even a new realm, but it will definitely get you closer to unlocking those areas. And of course, that's why we have daily and lifetime Dreamlight duties, which takes us to our next topic. Other than collecting dream shards and making your own Dreamlight, which I promise I will show you how to get those coveted dream shards soon, the natural way of earning Dreamlight is by doing your daily duties. These are never ending, so you'll always have this option to get Dreamlight. Also, there are all these lifetime duties as well that you can grind out. And as you can see, I still have some of these left to conquer, even though I've been playing for 2.5 years. Some of these have huge payouts too, so if you're willing to do the work to get them, you can make out big time. Now, I always skip the scramble coin duties because I can't win to save my life. And honestly, I think it's unfair that they include anything from the expansions in these. And also, depending on difficulty, I also skip feeding the critters in the daily duties. But if you want to complete lifetime duties, you will have to do this eventually. So if you just do all or maybe skip some of those harder duties daily, you'll have plenty of Dreamlight in no time. And with the new update coming out, and I'm guessing probably February 26th, you'll want to start grinding these out now so you're as ready as you can be. And honestly, in just about 20 minutes of grinding, I was able to collect 2,400 Dreamlight, which isn't too shabby considering I skipped a few. All right, let's talk about dream shards and how you get them. Again, there are multiple ways to get dream shards, and it's mainly by luck in my opinion. But I found if I do all the things I'm about to tell you, I can get around 10 to 12 dream shards a day, and probably a few more if I had more time to play. Of course, I'm only talking about our main valley, but if you have the expansion passes, you can get more than this, but I am not going to go into detail on these. Just remember that the way you can get them in your valley is very similar to how you can get them in the expansion. The first way I personally like to collect dream shards is by digging up the sparkly ground. Don't bother taking your helper with you because they will not add any benefit to this task. Sometimes you will also get night shards, and if you do, just save those up. They'll come in handy for certain quests as well. Now, my next favorite way I like to collect dream shards is by removing night thorns. I generally use my ancient vacuum, but sometimes I will go looking for that one night thorn that gives out all of those coins, because with the ancient vacuum, you will not collect all those extra star coins. That's the only difference between doing them manually and actually using the vacuum. And I do have a video on how the ancient vacuums work as well. If you want to go check that out after you watch this video, I will put a card up in the corner and there is a link in the description for that. You can also give your critters their favorite foods, only once a day though, and they might give you a dream shard. It's not guaranteed. And of course, we can't forget moonstones. You will need moonstones to unlock the premium star path, so make sure you are finding your blue chest daily, 50 moonstones a pop or 350 a week if you're doing it 7 days straight. Make sure you submit a dream snap. I think even if you don't even place, you're going to place no matter what. You are going to place. And I think the minimum you get is 300 for that. So even if you don't do the best, you're not great at decorating or outfit challenges, do it anyway. You never know. You just never know. You could get 4,000 someday and you might be shocked. And also make sure you're voting, because if you do vote, you're going to get 300 moonstones just for voting. Okay? So make sure you're doing that so you can get the most out of your moonstones, because you definitely want to unlock that premium star path without spending real money. And last thing I would recommend before this new update is find a place to put Jasmine in Aladdin's new house. I am not sure what kind of house it'll be. I am only assuming it's going to be a castle. At least I kind of hope it is, and I kind of hope it isn't. That means if it is a castle, it's going to be rather big. I don't really recommend using floating islands until all their quests are complete. So if you don't have room in your valley and you have a rift in time, that's where I'd place them. I do not have any room left in my main valley, and I plan to place them on Eternity Isle, which is in the A Rift in Time expansion. It's the best place for them, in my opinion, especially since that's where we got Jafar. Now, if you don't have Eternity Isle and you absolutely have no room in your valley and you're not willing to make space, then the floating island should maybe work. The problem with the floating island is you can't complete quests on them. Now, I found this out the hard way when I was trying to complete some quests for Timon. This is why, if you can and don't have an expansion, you should definitely make room for them in your main valley, at least until all their quests are done. Who is excited for this update? I know I sure am. Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney movies, and I even had cats named Aladdin and Jasmine. I did. I only had them both at the same time for about a year. Jasmine was an older cat, so she ended up crossing that rainbow bridge way before Aladdin. However, I did lose Aladdin about 3 years ago at a ripe old age of 17, almost 18. So yes, this update is going to bring me such good memories, and I might even get a little emotional. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And until next time, bye!